Welcome back to the Lopez Law Group Personal Injury Podcast. My name is Jeff Pfeiffer. I'm the personal injury attorney here at the law firm. We're kind of going over a couple of different topics that a lot of clients have questions about when they first come into the office, when they first start a personal injury case. And our goal here is to educate you so that you kind of get answers to some of those questions before you do give us a call. One of the most common questions that I get is how do I pay a personal injury attorney? How do I afford legal services in the personal injury realm? And that's an excellent question, and it's one that a lot of people are very happy to hear the answer to. In personal injury law, what we work on what's called a contingency basis, which means that the attorney only makes money if there's a recovery in your case. Typically, that's through some sort of insurance settlement or some sort of offer of money from the at-fault party. The attorney, typically in Florida, takes 1/3 of that settlement. Now, that usually is in pre-suit. It does typically go up to somewhere around 40% or a little bit more than 40% if there's a lawsuit that's filed, just because there's more time and effort that's put into litigation. But 80 to 90% of cases, they do settle in pre-suit, and that would mean that you would only be paying 1/3 of your settlement to an attorney. The way that I like to break it down for clients is out of a total settlement, let's say it's 100%. 1/3 of that typically goes to the attorney, 1/3 of that usually goes to pay for your medical bills, and then the remaining 1/3 of that goes to the client to put money in their pocket for the time, for the pain and suffering. And so that's kind of the general breakdown of actually where the money goes once it does come into the law firm. So there is no money that's required up front from the client to hire a personal injury attorney. Other areas of law, they do require upfront retainers. But for a personal injury world, just so that there's more access to attorneys and that people who are injured can afford to get legal representation, we don't require an upfront fee. That's pretty common across the personal injury world, especially outside of Florida, definitely here in Florida. So you don't need to worry about it. You don't have to show up with money. There's no initial retainer payment. You're not going to be paying an attorney by the hour. You're not going to be getting a bill every month. There will be attorney's fees taken out at the end, 1/3, and then also typically you will be responsible for whatever costs the attorney incurs throughout the case. Things such as certified mailings, paying for medical records along the way. If the case goes into litigation, then the litigation costs are significantly more. Usually you're paying, there's a filing fee that's involved, and there are expert fees, and those people do charge a considerable amount of money. But all of that stuff is typically fronted by the office on the front end, and then at the end of the case, if there is a settlement, then the attorney is able to recoup that money that they've paid out of that settlement money, and that is in addition to the fee that the attorney takes. But again, there's no money that comes out of your pocket. It just comes out of whatever settlement fund comes in at the end of the case.